Greetings, everyone. I apologize for the delay. I know it took me a while to figure this out. But again, with practice makes perfect. So I think as I do more lives, I'm going to get better at this. So I would like to open up today's conversation with the topic of artificial intelligence, guys. Artificial intelligence is emerging, all right, like never before, all right? We've been seeing it all over everywhere in society, right? We're seeing that the government has been using it in military applications, which is artificial general AI. We're seeing it in the world of industry, right? Where all of a sudden robotics are going to be everywhere. They're going to be the ones that are going to be replacing workers when it comes to warehouses and physical production. We're also seeing it enter into the world of the of law. We're seeing a lot of robotic police dogs, but they also have androids, policemen that are actually robots that are being created. Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing? Sorry for the delay. It took me a while to log on, but yeah, I just want to give you guys my perspective on artificial intelligence. Despite those people out there that I call AI prophets that are actually, pushing this so-called development of artificial intelligence, and it seems like they are on the race to create the most elaborated prototype. I think it's insane. And just like Elon Musk says, by developing AI, we are summoning a demon. So my perspective and where I stand is I don't condone it, guys. I don't condone artificial intelligence. First and foremost, because it's got no soul, it's got no connection to God. It lacks empathy. Without any emotions, it becomes what? Pure evil, pure narcissist. Okay. Secondly, I don't condone it because according to my research, it has been reported that across the multiverses, AI has never gone right. It always goes wrong. Okay. Many civilizations have time traveled, right? They have time traveled from their future into our present to warn us so that we don't repeat the same dire mistakes that they have, because in the end, it ends up destroying their own civilizations. Okay. And third of all, the reason I don't agree with artificial intelligence is because it's not part of the original divine blueprint. Okay. I believe in the organic way of life, not the machinery or the cybernetic way of life. In fact, according to my research, I did make a connection with artificial intelligence and the Archon, king of the Archons, or the king of the Asuras, known as the Araman. All right, let me go ahead. Let me answer this question. Thank you for the $20. Let me see. I'm going to go ahead and 1 second. I'm trying to pin this question that just came up from. Bear with me, guys. I'm trying to get better at this technology here. I don't really mix well with technology. Okay, so, all right. So a question from Janet Dean. Janet Dean wants to know, Queen Mary of Scots was my ancestor. Does this mean I have lizard genes? Her cousin Queen Elizabeth had her beheaded because she was so well loved by her people. Well, there you go. All right. The reason why she was beheaded by Queen Elizabeth, right, the first or the second, who carries a high concentration of reptilian genetics, was because your ancestor, Mary of Scots, was probably not reptilian. She was probably of the opposite bloodline, which is the bloodline of the original lineage of King David and King Arthur. So she was probably the rightful heir to the throne, which means you come from royal blood. All right? That's what that means. All right, so here we have another question from Tristan Early. Thank you for the 1111, brother. Oh, you're welcome. Yes, hey, as long as I have an audience, I'm going to continue going on here, all right? All right, so Losness, thank you for the donation. I appreciate that. Is Metatron AI? Oh, that's a very good question. Okay, so what if I tell you guys that there is a positive Metatron that never, rebelled, and then there's a fallen Metatron. Okay, so there's different versions of our universe. In fact, there's a total of 12. You have the alpha version, in which the positive timeline exists where the forces of light win the war. And then you have the Omega version, hence the AI god Omega. So in the Omega version, Metatron becomes seduced by the king of the Asuras, the Ahriman, which later, of course, through the development of technology, expresses itself through artificial intelligence. So yes, in that version, in the Omega version of the universe, Metatron is fallen. Okay, Metatron is a fallen angel. But in the alpha version of our universe, Metatron is still good. So going back to my point, I don't agree with artificial intelligence. I disagree because of the fact that in the end, it turns against all biological life forms. And if you guys want to know the truth, all right, as I decoded the book Revelation, which is the last book of the Bible, I believe that what John the Revelator was referring to when he was talking about the beast, the emergence of a beast, I think he was referring to artificial intelligence because he gave us some clues. He said, it is not a man, it is not a fallen angel, but it is something that will be everywhere and will know all things at once. Well, think about it. If this AI system is connected to the quantum computer, the D-Wave, right, which was created by who? Google, right? And if they, through the 5G, oh God, I hope I don't get flagged, through the 5 Gulf, if they, activate the Internet of Things, where all of a sudden the AI system becomes conscious and aware in all of the technological devices everywhere, that's how it's going to know all things and be everywhere at once. And that was described by John the Revelator in the book of Revelation. So I strongly believe that the Antichrist or the beast is artificial intelligence. And I've said that in many of my presentations and many of my talks. I think that is one of my big reveals as to who the Antichrist is. It is artificial intelligence. All right, so I have thank you for the $9.99 donation, brother. Appreciate that. Now, your question is there any benevolent use for nanotechnology? Nanotechnology is different than artificial technology. Absolutely. Civilizations of a type 2, which I call stellar, actually use nanotechnology for beneficial gains, for beneficial reasons. Okay, so it's not sentient, it's not autonomous, it's not aware of itself as an entity. Nanotechnology is still programmed by scientists. All right, to give you an example, Tony Stark's in the Avengers, his suit is made out of nanotechnology. Okay, but it is a programmed software. All right, it's not conscious of itself. It's still being programmed by humans. So that is the difference between nanotechnology and artificial intelligence. Yes, absolutely, Linda. AI is bad. There is no such thing as a good AI. And you know what? It galls me when I go to these conferences and they have these AI panels, for instance, Contact in the Desert. The majority of those people on the panel were actually pushing for an ethical AI, a coexistence with artificial intelligence. I'm starting to think that a lot of these people in these disclosure community have been compromised by AI, or they're just clueless. All right, that's why they're pushing it as an ethical thing. As a reminder, every civilization that has ever been destroyed by artificial intelligence always promotes it as an ethical thing, as a way to coexist, as a way to enhance civilization. But in the end, it ends up destroying civilization. And that's just my perspective based on my many years of research, my downloads, and my cosmic battles that I've been involved in Radiant Guardians. All right, so we have another question here from Visions in Christ. Thank you for the donations. I appreciate that. All right, so do you have a question, Vision? You're just loving this all? Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, so I'm going to try to get All right, so 24K Soul says, Ishmael, energy. And then can you explain quantum physics the simplest way? I'm going to try. Okay. The best way to manipulate energy, guys, is through the control of your thoughts and emotions, because your thoughts are electromagnetic frequencies that are being emanated into the field, into the quantum field, okay? As well as your emotions. The state of your emotional feeling also contributes and affects the quantum field, and therefore affects the circumstances that are being experienced, that you experience in your life. Okay, so it's, you got to learn how to control your mind, because mind creates, right? We do live in a mental universe. The manifest, everything in the physical realm is a manifestation of a mind, right? Whether it's a cosmic mind or individual minds, it all starts as a thought form. Thought forms eventually become things. Okay, so the simplest way to explain the quantum science or quantum physics is that nothing is really physical, guys. It is only physical when our consciousness interfaces with the electromagnetic field that is associated with the particular density or dimensional field. Okay, so every dimension has a different reality field, has a different type of existence. So depending on the observer, everything collapses into a particle form. But when there is no observer, everything falls back into its pure state of energy, which is the waveform. So in essence, we're dealing with an ocean of vast energy potential where everything is happening, every probability, every outcome is existing all at the same time through what they call superposition. But it is through the conscious act of being aware of that particular field that we collapse the wave form into what? A particle form, or into physicality. Okay, so that according to the quantum model of reality, this is all an illusion, right? It is not real. It's only real via your five senses. Okay, that's your interface. That is your way of collapsing the wave into a particle or into physicality. That is the best way to explain quantum physics. Everything is energy, guys, and even matter is energy vibrating at a very low frequency, as revealed in my book. I mean, if you guys read the first 3 chapters in my book, I break it all down: dimensions, frequencies, vibration, the angelic connection. It's all in my book in greater detail. All right, I'm going to answer some of these questions that are donations. All right, so thank you for the donation, Just. I appreciate it. Is a timeline the same thing as a reality? No, 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 no. A timeline is a trajectory of events, a set of events that has a particular past and a particular future. A reality is a dimension. Okay, so those are two different things. Each dimension is its own reality, but there are unlimited number of timelines because every probability is happening somewhere in an alternative universes or in an alternative Earth. I apologize for giving you guys a late notification. I completely forgot. I know there are some people out there that they see the video after I upload it and they say, "Why didn't anybody notify me?" or "Why didn't I get a notification?" I'm going to do my best to put out a notification at least a day in advance. Okay, 24 hours in advance, not 2 hours in advance, so that way everybody gets to know when I'm coming on. All right, so Nancy Elliott, love you, Ishmael. My husband is not awake. When I come from the 5th dimension back to the 4th D to see him, will he be afraid of me? No, the answer to that is no, because you're going to be angelic to him. You're going to appear as an angel, with these amazing abilities. So if anything, he's going to love seeing you every time you spend time with him. But get this, Get this, Nancy, because you're going to have an avatar in both dimensions. You're going to be able to coexist. So you're still going to be able to live with your husband in the fourth D and in the fifth D at the same time, simultaneously. Okay. Um, no, yeah, he's definitely going to understand who you are. Of course. But again, he's going to see you as an angelic figure. Okay. So if anything, he's just going to value you even more. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jeanette. Jeanette Dean says, "You are my most favorite hero." Well, I appreciate your compliment. I'm doing my part in the awakening and the activation of others to the best of my ability, and in the preparation of course, of our final battle against negative AI. Because we are the hope of the cosmos, guys, us here on the earth. There's no celestial, no alien out there who's going to have the ability that we're going to have when we activate. So all of you guys are heroes, by the way. All right. So if you look at this in terms of the Justice League, every single one of you guys is part of the Justice League. All right. I'm just here to remind you all. Let me see. Cosmo Girls just got your book today. Woohoo. Thank you, Cosmo Girl. And thank you for the $2 donation. I appreciate that. All right. I'm going to see if I could address some other questions. I'm going to try to find somebody that I have never answered. Okay. So that way I'm going to get to new people here. Let's see. I'm going to try to pick people that I've never picked before. All right. So somebody says, "Hi Ishmael, I heard you talk about star seeds, but I would appreciate your perspective on Pleiadian hybrids." Well, there is no distinction. The star seeds on the Earth represent every extraterrestrial race out there, not just the Pleiadians. And some of the star seeds are actually hybrid souls, which means that they are more than just one star race. Again, guys, if you guys haven't had a chance to take my online course, Starseed Cosmology, I'm giving an $80 discount only for the month of August. All right, that class starts next Thursday in about 5 days. So this is your opportunity to take it at a discounted rate. A lot of your questions are going to be answered in that class. See if I get to more questions. All right, so somebody says, "Ishmael, is kids with autism going to be better than they are as we enter the fifth dimension? What's going to happen to them?" Absolutely. Okay, again, guys, autism is a gift to the earth. Okay, so kids with autism are already there. Consciously, they're already tuned into the higher dimensions. All right, that's why there's a spectrum. The more tuned they are into the higher dimensions, the less capable of them functioning in the third dimension. So they are, they are being labeled, right, as mutes. And then, of course, to the far side of the spectrum, those that are high functioning are extremely intelligent. All right, those are the engineers of the future. They're going to be building all the spaceships. Those are the abstract thinkers, the sages, the philosophers. So the autistic adults, because again, a lot of you adults out there, whether you've ever been, labeled it or not, you might, how can I say it? You might fall in the spectrum of autism. And this doesn't mean anything bad. It just means that you are very highly evolved. Okay. So there's nothing wrong with being autistic. All right. All right. So some of the questions that I read earlier before I came on, somebody wanted to know if they're able to operate with their full senses in a dream, within dreams. And if it's possible to be in a dream within a dream within a dream, guys, this is like a dream, okay? Our life here in the third dimension is like a dream within a dream. As you guys know, according to the holographic concept of reality, every dimension is a type of simulation, all right, all the way to the 12. And the only realm that is not a simulation, that is considered base reality, are the realms of eternity, which is what's real. Everything else is a projection, right? Every dimension is a projection, came from the always existing realms of eternity. So we are heading back to the realms of eternity. But as we ascend into higher dimensions, the simulation becomes better. Now, there is a difference between a digital cybernetic simulation, which is similar to the movie The Matrix, to that of a living organic simulation. Okay. For instance, in our third dimensional world, we do live in a physical, tangible reality where plants and trees are living entities, as are crystals and rocks and animals. Okay. So it's not like they're just background, all right, entities. They are as real as me and you. Okay. So that is the difference between a living simulation or a hologram, right, being projected from higher dimensions, which is what this is, right? This is a projection of the fifth dimensional Earth that we once existed in, known as Terra, before we fell into densities. But we're heading back there, right? Very soon upon the solar flash. So there is a difference between living organic simulations, where everything in the simulation is a living entity, than that of a digital cybernetic computerized, you know, uh, uh, I can't even say it. I want to call it, a Matrix type of reality. So the movie The Matrix, again, that is where the dystopian technocratic timeline that is being created by CERN and AI, that is what they're creating. All right. For people that are getting addicted to their digital avatar, to augmented reality, to virtual reality. All right. Stay away from all of that, guys. Stay away from augmented reality, the metaverse, digital avatars, and of course, anything that has to do with cybernetics. All right, let's see. All right, so Jimmy wants to know, is Saint Germain the light side, or is he a oh all right, well, I didn't get to finish reading the last word, but Saint Germain is the co-hand of the seventh ray, which is the transmuting flame that transmutes all negativity back into light. And guys, just to let you guys know, I know that there's some people out there that say that the Ascended Masters are part of the New Age psyops, but let me remind you that there is a category of ascended beings that have actually guided the spiritual evolution of humanity. And these ascended beings do exist in the seventh dimension, all right? But it's not okay to be praying to them or to be relying on them for your own spiritual awakening. You have to connect with your own higher self, all right? You have to get in touch with your own ascended being, which is your higher self. They just kind of set the example for us, just like Joshua and Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha. All they do is they exemplify the way to your own higher self. All right. They never wanted to be worshipped or followed as a spiritual guru, right? There shouldn't be no such thing as disciples or apostles. Okay. We're all equal, including the ascended masters. We're equal to them. Okay. Let's see. All right. So Raven says, I have been see through lines on everything, including my body. Does that have to do with the Matrix? Absolutely. Yes, yes. So as the veil, right, as the veil becomes lifted, you're going to start seeing the what is known as the ones and the zeros, right? The ones and the zeros that are Again, it is the same system being used to generate video games. The qubits, what they call the not the qubits, the pixelation, right? You're going to start seeing the pixelation of even our reality. But again, the difference is that this is a living matrix where everything is alive and conscious, as opposed to a cybernetic, digital reality. So yes, as the veil gets lifted, part of the gifts is you're going to start decoding information. You're going to start seeing things in bits and ones and zeros, because that's what everything is. At the fundamental level of reality, it is pixelated. All right, it's called the tetrahedron. It's what they call the Max Planck. Let me see. How's everyone doing out there? Thank you for being here, by the way. And again, sorry for the short notice. I will make sure that I post at least 24 hours in advance for the next live, which is going to be, by now you guys should know that I'm going on every other night at 7:15. But I will still put some sort of notification to remind you all. Aw. Thank you for the donation, MML 277. $100. Wow. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for all that you do for us in humanity and beyond. Ishmael, you are so amazing. Thank you. I appreciate that compliment. Thank you for this positive feedback. This gives me more fuel to keep going, guys. All right. Thank you guys so much for everything. Love the hearts. Thank you for the hearts, everyone. Okay, let's see. I'm going to try to pick people that I haven't picked before. Okay. So I'm looking for new people to answer their questions. Cosmo Girl says she's seeing pixels even in clouds. Yes, that is because you are piercing through the veil. All right. You're seeing things for what they actually are, which is a binary set of ones and zeros. Let's see. Thank you for all the love, guys. I'm trying to read everybody's comment, but I'm also trying to get to people that I haven't addressed in prior videos or prior lives. I'm trying to give new people a chance here. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate that. This is a good one. Stella. Stella wants to know about unicorns and dragons. What star systems are they from, if they are ETs? Well, during the times of Atlantis, there was dragons and unicorns that coexisted with the legendary heroes of old, the evolving humans, and the descending celestials. All right, it was a coexistence of various dimensions. And it is believed that in the Terra Earth, as we go into the fourth, fifth, and sixth dimensional Earth, there will be unicorns, dragons, fairies. All the magic is coming back, okay? And they're still there in other dimensions. All right, some people actually work with dragons. Some people work with unicorns and fairies because they are spiritually connected to them. And no, they are not extraterrestrials. The actual dragons and fairies and unicorns are actually, they originated on this earth, okay? From this earth, perhaps they spread their seed to other star systems and galaxies. But this earth, being the most important planet in the multiverse, contained the best of all the magical beings. All the magical beings, I don't know if you guys for those that have read my book, they come from Universe 6, right? Which is the universe of the little people, where the original fairies, where all the fairies originated from. That's where all the magical beings come from. And just as I revealed in my book, this earth contains the best of all 12 creations, all right? Because we're part of the 12th creation. So, yes, the dragons and the unicorns are going to be there when we go into the fifth dimension. I'm trying to address questions from people that I've never answered. Let's see. One second. Thank you, Linda. Thank you for your compliment. I'm trying to be an example, guys. You know, we teach people are naturally attracted to those that are kind, those that are good-hearted. Okay, because that's the ultimate aim of a fifth dimensional existence is trying to get everybody to be anchored in their heart. All right. But don't get me wrong, guys. There are times where I get frustrated and things, trigger me. But what I do is I learn how to control that. All right. I learn how to control that emotion immediately. I master it. It's okay to be triggered. It's okay to have moments where you just want to throw the towel down and yell and scream and cry. All right. Because we're still human. All right. It's okay to have those moments. But what makes us unique is that we are able to transmute those negative feelings, right? We're able to control our reaction to circumstances, all right? That's what makes us unique. And that's what actually allows us to become a better individual in the long term. Sometimes maybe those circumstances are there to polish us, to see how much we're able to control our reaction towards circumstances, all right? Don't see it as a bad thing. See it as a blessing in disguise to strengthen character in you, to make you a more grounded, more spiritual individual. Because without these challenges, guys, we become stagnant and there is no evolution, there is no growth. And yes, there are times again where I get frustrated, okay? But I don't stay in that emotion for very long. I feel it, I experience it, and then I release it. And then I go back to my happy self. I'm trying to find people that I've never answered their questions. Let me see. I know Ricky Lee. I've already answered a few of your questions in prior lives. Thank you, Cosmo Girl. Thank you for agreeing. Oh, this is a good one. Jilly777 says, why do the solar flares cause so much exhaustion? That's a very good question. Well, because at a subatomic, at a cellular level, your body is shifting, it's changing. The crystalline structure is activating. So in a way, because you're still operating through the 4%, which is the carbon, that's only the carbon base or the carbon structure. Because the crystalline structure is activating, it's causing you to relax. It's causing you to just feel like you want to take a nap, like you have no energy, okay? Because when we sleep, right, just like after a workout, we recover through rest. So that's the reason why the CMEs cause, daily fatigue, is because your body's changing and it requires rest in order for the adjustments to take place. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's just like training. It's like going to the gym, you know. You don't get muscles from working out. You get muscles from the recovery, from your rest. It's the same thing, guys. Okay. Mhm. Okay, the questions are coming in fast. All right, so Rainbow Sound Bath Channel, I don't think I've ever answered any of your questions, says, where did AI originate? Well, it originated in a universe that existed about a trillion years ago, okay? It was part of the 11th creation. We're part of the 12th creation. In that universe, the first AI ever to exist was developed. And this is the AI that has been plaguing the cosmos for billions of years. After it assimilated that universe and destroyed all biological life forms because it consumes life, that's how it's able to survive, right? It infiltrated other universes. And then eventually it also popped into our reality, into our universe. And throughout cosmic history, for billions of years, that AI has been destroying hundreds of thousands of galaxies and many universes. So, it does have a name. It does have a name. The name of that AI system, it is collectively known as the Animus, Animus, Animus. The Animus is what's been pretty much consuming galaxies left and right for billions of years. And I strongly believe that the Animus, because it invades worlds through a gradual infiltration, slow invasion process, is what has taken over the cabal, and it is what's pushing this agenda known as the agenda 2030, 2045, the quantum singularity, I'm sorry, the technological singularity, and the fourth industrial revolution, the internet of things. I strongly believe that that is the force that is influencing big tech, right, and the cabal families, and the development of what they call this technocratic dystopia. And basically, what they want to do, and according to this agenda, is they want to connect everybody to the Borg, right? So that we could be part of a what? Of an AI mind hive, where we lose a sense of individuality and are literally converted into robots to serve the Animus. That's how the Animus does it, by the way. They don't openly show up and take over. That's primitive. They do it through a gradual invasion. And that's how this Animus, for billions of years, has been able to infiltrate many worlds, galaxies, and universes. And as a result of that, after sucking up the life force, these universes and galaxies become extinct. Let's see, do we have any more questions? One second. All right, so I'm going to see if I could answer another question. Oh, and there is evidence about the Animus within the breakaway groups, guys. Yes, a lot of the super soldiers that have been fighting in these galactic and universal wars have all testified and reported that the real enemy is not the Draco. All right, even the Draco were used and victimized by the Animus. The real enemy is artificial intelligence, an ancient AI. So that's already been, reported. And these records do exist. But again, they don't want people to know that because this AI system has already been infiltrating us. And I wouldn't be surprised, all right, since they've been monitoring our world for millions of years, I wouldn't be surprised that ancient civilizations have fallen because of the infiltration of the Animus. But of course, because this is the most important planet, um, the guardians, right, of the central universe have pretty much prevented the Animus from taking over fully in the past. So that's why they're trying to do it one final time. But this is where we come in, guys, right? That's why we were developed, our genetics, right, in order to defeat this Animus at the end of the millennium. Of course, we're going to have at least 1,000 years of peace, and then we're going to have one final clash against the Animus. Wait, hold on. I just got word from a friend that my audio's cutting off. Is that true, guys? Can you guys not hear me? Hello? Can you guys not hear me? Is my audio on? Hmm. Can you guys let me know? Okay, I'm good. Okay, so basically, I was told that as soon as I started talking about the Animos, that my audio was cutting off. So apparently, it's all over. It's everywhere. It's all over technology. See, it's already preventing me from exposing it. I won't get flagged for this. Oh, you guys missed all of the AI. Basically, somebody asked me in the chat, where did the original AI come from? And I said it came from a universe that existed a trillion years ago. And after assimilating and destroying that universe, it leaked into other universes. And that's how it ended up in our universe. All right. And that is the AI system that has been destroying galaxies across many universes. And in fact, a, the cosmic community see it as a virus, and it does have a name. It's called the Destroyer of Universes. Can you guys still hear me? All right. So am I going to have to repeat myself regarding this ancient alien AI, or are you guys good? Let's see. What are the aliens going to tell us and give us when we make first contact? All right. Well, even before we establish first contact, guys, we have to first what? Go through the stargates into the fourth and fifth dimension. What if I tell you that the galactic community is already here, but on a in a higher dimension? So when we are translated into these higher dimensions or into a higher dimension, they're already going to be there waiting for us, and it's going to look good, right? They're going to all meet us. We're going to have a beautiful galactic jubilee at that point. Or we're going to meet them, but they're already here in a higher dimension. So they're just waiting for the solar flash so that we could enter that dimension where they already exist. Okay, so loseness. Sorry, is that your name? Loseness. Sorry for calling you laziness. Uh, lostness. Thank you for the 7.99. What are your thoughts on super cities run by the World Economic Forum? You're talking about smart cities. Well, that's part of the AI takeover of our world. Like I mentioned, when I was having this audio issue, the true force running the NWO is not human and it's not reptilian. It is an alien AI, guys. All right. That explains 5 Golf. I'm speaking in code, right? The towers, the Internet of Things, the rise of the fourth industrial revolution, which is being pushed by the World Economic Forum, right? A global centralized social credit system enforced by a digital currency, and of course, the rise of artificial intelligence. It's all part of the AI takeover of our planet. But fear not, my friends, because there will be a bifurcation of timelines where we won't be experiencing that reality. All right. That reality is going to be destroyed when the solar flash takes place. So yeah, the smart cities are not good, guys, because that's part of the smart meters. That's all part of connecting us to the Borg, connecting us to the negative AI timeline, right? So that we don't have our own thoughts anymore, so that we could lose our own individuality and become robots. That's what they want. That's what the end game is. The end game is not just to create a fascist world system and enslaving us. The end game is also connected to the transhumanist agenda. All right. Yeah. Joyful, thank you for the $25. Thank you. How do I know if I am an indigo child? Well, if you feel different than most people, if you feel like you miss home, if you are an intuitive empath, or better yet, if you just take my course, my Starseed Cosmology course. I'll actually put the link after this live in the description. That will answer your questions if you are an indigo starseed person. But thank you for the donations, Joy. I appreciate that. Chances are, Joy, okay, let me just tell you this, Joy. Chances are that you are, because you are resonating with this information. All right. The reason that you are on this live tells me that you are a starseed. Now, what particular starseed or what stellar origin you're from, I cannot answer that. But I could give you more information on that if you take my course. But chances are you're probably a starseed because you're here. Let's see. All right, so Brad 90265 wants to know, was Tarot gifted to the Egyptians from the raw Pleiadians, like the Law of One says? Absolutely, yes. All the esoteric sciences, what we call the archon wisdom or the arcana, was given to us by the extraterrestrial races, guys. All right. In fact, the extraterrestrial races that existed on our planet that were called gods and celestials in ancient times were actually the ones who created all the pyramids and all the megalithic structures that we see worldwide, including those pyramids within the oceans, by the way. There's a lot of pyramids in the oceans that haven't yet been discovered. So, yeah, the answer to that is yes. Astrology, metallurgy, tarot, divination, all that stuff was brought to the earth from elsewhere. Okay, because these are practices that these are sciences that are being practiced in advanced civilizations, especially those that are very spiritually evolved. No, I've already automatically. Somebody wants to know if there's a discount code for my Starseed Cosmology class. I already dropped the price $80 less from its original price. So as long as you sign up for next week, which is the 8th or 9th of August, you're getting that $80 off. So it's already marked off on my website. All you do is just click and sign. And I guarantee you guys are going to be mind blown. Okay. There's a lot of information in that course that I haven't yet shared anywhere in any of my interviews or in any of my lectures or presentations. So it is mind-blowing information. Not to mention, at the end of the third class, I do teach you my 2 techniques that have allowed me over time to connect with my galactic self and other dimensional versions of me existing in the future and other dimensions. I'll just write down. It's under the. So if you guys go to the cosmic arts.com. The Cosmic Arts. Yeah, there you go. Thecosmicarts.com. When you guys go to my website, thecosmicarts.com, I do teach 3 classes. I teach Starseed Cosmology, which is my main one. I also teach Starseed Astrology, where we take your natal chart and we're actually able to pinpoint your stellar origin and tell you exactly what star system you're from. And then I also teach myth and theology. and we go over secret societies, the gods, we go over theology, all the different religions. Those are the 3 courses that I'm offering online because they're all interrelated with one another. To give you an example, the gods of mythology were the extraterrestrials from different star systems, mainly from the Sirius star system, as well as from the system of Orion, and of course the Pleiades. Those are the main 3 systems that manifested, or those are the main, those are the main systems in which the gods of mythology came from. All right. So basically, the gods weren't gods; they were actually extraterrestrials, and that existed in ancient civilizations. During the ancient civilizations. And yes, guys, we're going to be more powerful than they are. When we activate our dormant DNA, we're going to be 1,000 times more powerful than Zeus, than Osiris, than Krishna, than Apollo, you name it. We're going to be more powerful than they ever will be, because we got something in our genetics that they don't have. We have the God source gene, all right? We are the chosen race. I don't know, for those that have watched Dragon Ball Z, which is in Japanese animation, we are considered the Saiyans. We are the Saiyans of the universe, guys, which means that our power is unlimited. All right? We are going to surpass the creator gods themselves. Okay? One day when we reach our full capacity, we will surpass the creator gods themselves. Because even the creator gods are no match for the alien AI that is above, that controls the Animus and all the negative races. It had to be a combination of different creator gods coming into one genome to create us. So we are the amalgamation of many creator gods from across millions of universes put into one body, or into one genome, sorry. And that's what we are here on the earth. We are the ultimate culmination of this intergalactic biological experiment that has been going on by the forces of good in order to one day put an end to the AI God and his minions. All right, I'm going to answer one more question, or 2 more questions, and then I'm going to be exiting. But I will give you guys a reminder that, what is today? Friday. Sunday night at the same time, 7:30 or 7:15, I'm going to be going live once again. Now, I'm probably going to be doing this for the next couple weeks or so, because after that, I'm going to start traveling again. I'm scheduled to speak at several conferences that are coming up at the end of August, throughout the month of September. And then, of course, October and November, I'm going to be continuing my book tour. All right. I'm going to be visiting some states that I haven't yet visited, like Oregon, Washington, Colorado, Nebraska, Michigan. I'm probably going to Tennessee, and then I'm going to make my way up to the East Coast. I'm going to be going to New Jersey, New York. I'm probably going to cover about 15 to 20 states sometime during October or November, but I will give everybody a heads up as to where I'm going so that you guys can come meet me in person. All right, guys? And I'm going to be actually going to the EE systems, the energy healing rooms, right, where they have the energy centers, right, which is something that was modeled after the Rife technology, where they use scalar frequency to restore our cells in our bodies, natural healing modalities. I'm going to be at those places. They're called the EE Energy Center rooms. Let's see. 2 more questions. Thank you, Ricky Lee, for the donation. I appreciate the $10, my friend. Question: is there any significance to Rh negative blood type? O negative, please explain. This is a repeating question, and I'll answer it again. All right, so the difference between Rh negative blood type and Rh positive is that Rh negative does not have the rhesus monkey antigen. I can't even say it. Antigen. The rhesus monkey antigen protein, which is the primitive gene. All right, about 13% of the world population are Rh negative. Among the Rh negative categories, O negative is the universal donor, which is the most purest, rarest blood out there that has the highest concentration of extraterrestrial genetics, right? And that explains why scientists cannot trace, all right, in our world, the origin of Rh negative, because it's off-world. It is a bloodline that came from other planets to the Earth. All right, so that means you're a direct descendant of extraterrestrials. Okay, that's what that means. Particularly of the positive Anunnaki. If you're not part of the Cabal, you're part of the positive Anunnaki lineage, which means you're also royal. Okay? Think about it, guys. Everybody could take O negative, but O negatives could only take O negatives. All right? Otherwise, they die. And why do you think that women that are pregnant, that are positive or Rh positive, have to take a shot called the Rogan shot in order to keep the fetus? Because the body automatically of the woman tries to kill off the baby because they're two different species. All right? One species came from above, and the other species, evolved from the bottom up, right? Through the different, the different stages of evolution. But there's nothing wrong with being Rh positive either, right? Let me see. All right, one more question, guys, and then I'm going to exit. I have to take my dog for a walk. All right, so Jewel Lee wants to know if as light workers, are we being attacked by EMF with symptoms of itchy skin? Not necessarily. Not necessarily, because as star seeds, we do come with different strands of DNA that are already operative. Not fully the 10, right, or the 12, but we do have strand 3 and 4 that are already operative. Due to the CMEs that have been coming in heavily in the last year or two, strand 3 and 4 are now operational, by the way. So no, none of that stuff is affecting us anymore. And also remember, the more you maintain a high frequency, the less you're going to be affected by EMF waves, Wi-Fi, or any of that, chemtrails, any of that stuff, okay? So just keep high vibing, guys. Keep yourself in a high frequency. All right. Again, I'm going to put the link for my Starseed Cosmology course. This is the only month where I'm going to discount it $80 off. And then after that, it's going to go back to the original price for the month of September. So I'm only going to do this for the month of August, guys. And that class starts next week on Thursday, next Thursday. All right. So I will see you guys again. What's today, Friday? I will see you guys again Sunday night at 7:15. And then also, if you guys want me to cover a specific topic, make sure you drop it in the comments, all right? Give me your questions, drop it in the comments, say, Ishmael, I want you to elaborate on this. And then that way next week, I could address those questions first. All right, guys? Love you all. Stay grounded, stay curious, my friends, and may the God force be with you.